G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Today, I'm afraid it's another mini quad, but it's one I've already started reviewing, and this is the second part. Yes, it's a part two. Please, don't fall over, don't have a heart attack. It's a part two. And it's, of course, it's the Bolt 220. And that's not a Bolt 220. You might be thinking, why have I got this on here? Well, this has been one of my favorite quads to date. This is the Foxtech Lightning, and I just have loved this thing to death. I have thrashed the arse off it. I have crashed it so many times. Nothing's broken except the antenna I had on there. The cap came off, lost that. But I've hammered this into the deck full speed so many times, and I haven't even changed the prop, to be honest. It's a really nice quad. It's surprisingly quick, and I'd say of all the Foxtech quads I've tried to date, this is, probably the best, and it's just nice. It just works. It's a fantastic little package, and I've got no complaints about it at all. I will be doing the Screamer, follow up on the Screamer, but this is just a really good quad. But this isn't a review of that quad. The reason I wanted to leave it here and show you is because I found the Bolt 210 is better. It's better, but of course it's probably more expensive. I can't remember what the prices are now. Here we go. That's not the Bolt 210 either. That's the Shuriken X1, which is a fantastic little quad for a plug and fly. This is a brilliant, for basically a bind and fly, this one, I think. Absolutely stunningly good performance. You saw the review. It just hauls ass. It is so damn quick, but it does take a toll on your batteries. I've got lots of little lithium balloons now as a result of flying this thing so hard. But as I thought this was the best quad I'd ever flown when I flew it in terms of speed and agility too. Not as smooth as the Foxtech. And in some ways, the Foxtech's more fun. Sometimes this is more fun. It's hard to, you're switching backwards and forwards, and the one you're flying is the one that's most fun. But they're both really good quads. But of course, the Bolt 210, and yes, this is the Bolt 210. This is it. This is the baby. And I did a review and I said, this is like sex on a stick, and it really is. It is such a gorgeously designed piece of kit. The mechanics, the actual engineering that's gone into this are by far and away ahead of, streets ahead of anything else I've seen to date. And I was hoping it would fly similarly. I was hoping that the engineering would be reflected, or the quality of build would be reflected in the flight performance. And I've got to say, hell yes, geez, this is now my favorite quad. Yeah, it really is. It is just such a fantastic machine to fly, and I think it's only got a naze board. It doesn't have an F3 processor in this one. It doesn't have BLHeli-S. It is, because I've been waiting to sort of do part two, this is really the sort of spec level of this is actually quite old school now. I mean, but it just outflies the other two like no one's, you wouldn't believe how much better this is to fly than either of those other two high-spec quads. It's just, for example, today I was flying with a friend and I was just getting some stick time in, and I felt when I was flying this, I wasn't pushing hard, I was just sort of cruising along, and I was overtaking him. And he said, wow, that's going fast. And I thought, well, it actually feels like I'm going much slower than with the Foxtech Lightning. What's going on? The Foxtech Lightning feels fast. This feels slow, but it is fast, which kind of means you've got more time to make decisions. Everything just seems to happen a little easier. So, yeah, it's easier to fly fast with this than any other quad that I've got. And trust me, I had this thing so out of shape on so many places around our little track. I think I was upside down at one stage going around a corner, and I didn't crash once. There wasn't one crash. The only time I had unintended landings was when the battery went flat. Absolutely stunning. The handling is just supreme. And as I say, it's only got 2204 motors now. But it's just, oh, wow, this is going to be the quad I fly when I want to impress people with my Team Nano skills. This is, I can't say enough. It's not only is it sex on a stick, it's sex behind the sticks. When you're flying the damn thing, it's the best fun you can have with your clothes on, I tell you. So yeah, and I can't test the durability because I didn't crash it. And I was pushing so hard. I did some DVR footage, and unfortunately the DVR was not really in the right place to get good footage. So there's a lot of dropouts. It wasn't as bad on my goggles, but I didn't have a tripod to put the DVR on, so it was on in a very low area and it was behind a building. So the video quality is actually much better than you see on the DVR footage. And a lot of the time I was wildly out of control, but testimony to the performance of this thing, that even when I was wildly out of control, I got control back. I didn't crash. Fantastic. When I exceeded my abilities, I was able to rein it back in and keep flying. Brilliant. So yeah, you'll see some DVR footage on this video because there's no sound because there's no microphone in the setup, but yeah, just watch the DVR footage, see what you think. You'll think, my God, he flies like an idiot. And it's true. But the fact that I can fly so quickly and still be an idiot is testimony to this wonderful little frame and the way it's been spec'd out by Bolt for this particular model that they sent me to review. So I'd have to say, if I was recommending a quad for someone that wants to get into racing, I have to go with this. This is just by far and away the best I've flown, the best, despite its somewhat lower spec than things like the Shuriken. Fan-bloody-tastic. So if you want to put the time in and build your own, then yeah, well worth every minute spent. So here you go, I'll leave you with the DVR footage. But for me, this is a giant thumbs up. Fantastic quad, brilliant. But while I've got the scales, before I go, the reason I want to show you weights and things, because I was surprised. One of the things I noticed with the 210 was it feels so light. It feels incredibly light in the air. So let's just see how it compares. Here's the Foxtech, which is a bit of a bus. What is it? 382 grams. Okay, that's the Foxtech. Here is the Shuriken 358. That is quite a bit lighter. You know, we'll say quite a bit lighter. It is lighter, obviously. And here is the Bolt 210. Obviously, it's the winner. And those few grams just seem to make all the difference. Maybe, I don't know, it's just the way it feels. And I flew it with the two-bladed props as provided, and it just felt really nicely locked in, had heaps of speed. I haven't flown it with three-bladers. I'll try it with three-bladers and see if it's any different. But, I mean, just on two blades, it's fantastic. So there you go. Leave you. Watch the rest of the DVR footage, or the stuff that's any good, which shows me being silly, and enjoy. Comments, usual place. Questions, the usual place. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to the bench, do some more reviews. Bye for now.